When a young deer is trapped at the bottom of a cliff, it's an unusual call-out for the local lifeboat. The crew are worried, though, that someone will put themselves in danger and attempt a rescue. Two of the lifeboat crew at the scene were Tom and Ollie, who are here. Let's have a little look at what you could see when you got there. It was quite a sight, actually. So this is from the top of your helmet, isn't it? It's a camera on the top, and you seem to have scared this young deer. Look what happens. Tell me what happens, Ollie.
Well, I went ashore and obviously scared the deer back into the water, so I've obviously had to enter the water slightly behind it and sort of coax it back towards where it literally just jumped off from, and then sort of after 10 minutes of toing and froing, scaring it one way, scaring it back the other, I managed to get hold of it.
You talk about the toing and froing. You're the helmsman in the boat. Yep. So what were you doing at that point?
We put Ollie in with a line around him, just so that we could get him out quite quickly if we needed to, because it was quite swelly in there. So he was connected to me, so obviously where he went I had to go to give him the slack line, so we were just going backwards and forwards. Once the deer tired, Ollie managed to get hold of it, and then we managed to drag him back to safety.
And I understand that you have actually done this kind of thing before, so you had a clue what to do, did you?
Yeah, we did it once before about a couple of years ago.
You just put it round his neck?
That's when that tired that time, it couldn't actually, it was too tired to get up onto the rock, so I sort of pounced at that moment and got hold of it.
Got him, yeah.
And in the boat, it's quite calm. Why do you think that is?
I'm scared and tired, I think. It had been there for quite a while, so I think it took it out of it quite a lot. I'm
also interested as well, because you talk about the swells being quite big, and clearly from the camera you can see that you know, it looks like quite dangerous water. So what sort of decision process do you have to go in? Well,
it's a bit of a mean thing to say, I suppose, but as it's only a deer, I'm not going to put the risk the crew or the boat as much as we would if it was a person, obviously. So we went in, we assessed the situation, and said to Ollie, you know, keep the rope on you. I'm interested, Ollie, as well, because presumably when you're trying to rescue someone, they want to be rescued. So a deer is quite a dangerous and difficult thing to be dealing with, presumably. Yeah, they're actually very hard to get hold of. With a person, you don't generally always have to put a crewman ashore. You can put the boat in and say, right, OK, jump. Which with the deer doesn't really work. So you got the deer, as we can see it was quite happy, or seemed to be quite happy in the boat. What did you do with it later then? We took it round, the next bay round from where we were, is Dalston Bay, went into the beach there. Me and Ollie carried it ashore, and it seemed to just sit there for a minute, and then like nothing had happened, walked off up into the woods there. And why do you think it was there in the first place? Well, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's a vet, and he seems to think that they eat the seaweed. So whether it had gone down and sort of got the tides wrong, got cut off and ended up getting trapped. But I think it had been there for a little while. OK, and not the first time you've had to rescue a deer. Other animals as well, or not? Yeah, well, dogs. Dogs, of course. Dogs are the only other thing we've been for. Not having them, dogs on the lead, and dogs chasing birds and disappearing off over the cliff. But yeah, I think we've had probably 3 deer. 3 deer? I've done 2 deer and probably about 3 or 4 dogs. So. Yeah. Good work, guys. Thank you. Next.